Good day, this is Lucas coming to you from an awesome car wash in Salt Lake. Yay! This is what I do on my days off. Sit at the car wash and make videos that either make sense to you or don't make sense to you, one of the two. I know I do have people that view me and people that shouldn't view me, that should really stay out of my business, really. But I had a message delivered today that I was to, they wanted me to take down a video that they're in where I was setting up to attune oneself to Reiki's 1 and 2 levels. And because of the direction they chose to go as far as whatever they're doing with their life, they wanted me all to take me or take them off my channel. So I did so out of respect, even though this person never gave me much respect until this person decided to be honest with me. And it took a lot for this person to be honest with me, I feel, because they probably felt like it was going to hurt my feelings. And instead, it just kind of opened my eyes even wider to what's really going on this 3D living. And it's no wonder that people take DMT to go to the 5D level, because the stuff sitting here on the the 3D level, most of it's fake. And almost all the people, a vast of the masses are fakes that live here. People that are moving through life in this 3D realm, they're fake. And it's unmoving to see that for me. It doesn't heighten my hopes for mankind at this level. It does give me hope for myself, though, because I feel like I'm in connection with my angels on a daily, really, because I notice the signs through other people that are given out to me to let me know where I stand as far as a person, an energy worker. It makes it more of a challenge for me to want to go out or even assist people in healing or doing energy work for them, because most people just aren't open to it. A lot of people think they've got it figured out. I know I don't have it figured out by any means, but I know what I bring to the table does work as far as like energy work goes. There's been great results through some of the most I don't want to put this in a negative fashion, but there are people that I have worked with that in the moment it was really good work and it had a lot of substance connected to it that helped them temporarily for the moment to feel less stressed, feel less worried about life. But it was only temperamental because they chose not to do the daily maintenance it takes to keep gaining insight and influence on one's path here. And I feel like I've been doing myself a disservice by interjecting myself in people's lives at times to help them through their trials. It's more or less like I've been given a gift to be able to heal myself through different avenues. And what it's seems to have boiled down to as of lately. It's about divine timing. It's about reaching out to the right people. It's been about going in with true intentions. Like, am I actually here to help people, or am I here to just help myself, you know? And lately it seemed like I'm just here to help myself. Like, people don't want help. They want to be on their own. They want to be able to heal themselves. They don't really want to take direction from people like me, because I'm pretty much a go-getter, I guess you could call it. Like, I don't procrastinate when it comes to life. I kind of see what needs to be done and do it. And the vast majority of people, if the work is too intense or too hard to get through, or just not being open because of past experiences, you know, I'm getting to that point myself where my past experiences are dictating how much, you know, I do for other people. And so now it's been basically, it seems like the universe is just telling me, yeah, don't focus on other people, save your energy, work for you, which is, you know, that's great. I know what my sole purpose here is, and that's to help other people. But if it's not the time, then it's not the time. You know, I respect that. I got a day off from work, so really don't have much to do. Did have some plans, but they fell through, which is okay, you know, because the only person I got to deal with on a daily basis is me. So might as well continue the journey, right? And not worry about anybody else, or think about anybody else. And that's different for me, because I've spent my whole life, you know, really trying to reach out to those whom I see I can benefit, and have it just backfire big time. As far as, like, I guess I have a tendency to scare people off in a sense. So especially when it deals with healing work or energy work or anything of that nature, I offer it, and I think some people just get uptight and they get a little bit afraid, and people don't want help. They want to be independent. And the fact is that, from my experience, it's not like that. We get help from other people in different fashions, you know, no matter what we're doing in our lives. I rely on my job to give me money, so I suit up, show up, and do the work in order to keep my life where it's at, where it's going, and tend to the business I need to tend to. We all have to rely on something, because none of us are doing this alone. We're either relying on the state to help us, or we're relying on a job to help us, and or we're relying on family to help us in some way, shape, or form, whether it just be moral support, whether it's money, so on and so forth, you know. We don't do this alone. And to think that we can do this alone, it's an illusion. Granted, all of this life is an illusion, and a lot of it's fake, but we still have to rely on certain forms of help, through whatever it may be, to get by, to move forward, to push through. And I've been to the point of lately, like, maybe I shouldn't reach out to people. Maybe I shouldn't, maybe I should just mind my own business and do my own thing and, not live my purpose in a sense. Because I know what my purpose is. Because I've been doing it most of my life. The heartbreaking side of all of this is when you do put out your energy and you do have good intentions and it just turns out like maybe the seed was planted and it's going to blossom years from now, and that's all fine and great, but it can get somewhat discouraging when you put yourself out there and it just looks like what you did was a total waste of time. I don't truly believe, my mind allows me sometimes to believe that what I'm doing isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. The universe lets me know when to back up and when to push forward in relationships, situations, issues, picking my battles. I naturally don't want to have to battle, but unfortunately in this life we do have to battle certain energies, certain situations, and we do have to stand up for ourselves and what we believe in to a degree. It's just figuring out when to do that and when to just be still and quiet and not make a move at all, And that comes in with daily maintenance. When I do daily maintenance, like writing in my gratitude book, or doing some meditation, or doing some Reiki healing on myself, I have to stay in tune with that and notice the signs when I need to switch something up in order to move forward in a more freeing manner rather than a struggle. My life's been full of struggles because I fought myself the whole time. And now I'm just to the point where I need to put down the selenite wands and not focus on anybody else, and not to say become a hermit and not get out there, but just not to interject myself when I feel like it's going to be a benefit to other people, because some people don't want to reap benefits if it doesn't come from their own source per se, as far as energy work goes. Some people want to figure it out on their own, but the thing is, we all rely on something to figure something out. I kind of in the past have been that person. I like to be the reason somebody figures something out and sees success, because when I see success and the energies I've been giving out, that gives me the energy as well to move forward in my endeavors, whatever that may be. So I really can't take things like that personal. I have to chop it up to, this is one's path, and for me to interfere would not be of service to them. And it's really hard to tell when that is, because if you have good intentions for people and you're willing to help them and you're willing to extend that ball of energy to them, and they don't take it, or they take it but it goes nowhere, it gets pushed to the side, it gets unnoticed, that can play a toll on my human side, on my emotional side. And being able to detach from that emotion has been one of my biggest lessons in the last few months, because of all the stuff I've gone through as far as the courts and as far as relationships. Like, I haven't been in the best relationships. I haven't been in the best mindset to be in a relationship. And I've forced it here and there, and I realized today, because there was a few things that came upon me where I kind of had an expectation that I was going to help someone and rejuvenate their energy, and it just didn't happen. For what reasons, I have no clue. I think a lot of times the universe comes to me jokingly with a situation where you can't look past it. You just kind of see it for what it is, and just got to be okay with it. Everything is definitely temporary here. Everything moves quickly on this realm. People's minds change, people's feelings change at a blink of an eye. We have so many triggers programmed into us through society and our families, and it's very hard to tell what is programming and what is not, because there's triggers linked to that type of programming. And it's very difficult. It can be very difficult. I don't know, maybe my intentions for people are wrong. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know where I really sit, because I feel like when I'm not helping people, I'm being unproductive. I know when I do focus on myself, it does heighten my awareness, and I kind of am more focused about, like, for somebody to lie to me, I can usually see right through it. Because I've been exposed to liars most of my life. And I've been a liar most of my life. And now that I'm on a different path where I am upfront with people, I don't hide things from people. It's very discouraging to some degree to see how much people do lie over the littlest things, And the thing about being independent and not relying on other people to help us energy wise or what have you is normally based upon bad experiences from the past. And I think your past really can sculpt who you become down the road. I've seen it, I've experienced it, and it's kind of one of those things where it's unbelievable. We are at the end of our days on this 3D world, and things are, you can tell by the way people act and the things they do. They're very aware of the coming of the end, and they don't know how to take it, what to do with it. Where do I go from here? Or maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm coming to my end of this life, and I know it, so I want to help as many people as I can to serve my purpose 100%. I think my issue has been trying to help people that don't really want it, trying to be that influence that nobody really wants to have in their life, and I'm okay with it. I'm starting to accept it more and more every day, that I'm not really wanted nor needed in most people's lives today, and I'm okay with that. I have to be present for myself in all reality in order to be of service to anybody, and that's always the case. It's always the case. If I'm not prepping myself and doing my maintenance, I'm not going to be there to help anybody else in the fashion they need to be helped. So when you're a type of person like me who's into healing, but you're dealing with the wrong types of people that don't really feel they will get anything out of what you have to bring to the table, or if they feel like it's going to be too much for them to receive, then it's kind of like, people are just stuck, They get really stuck in their ideals, and it makes it really hard for them to be open-minded and open to receiving energies, So knowing that I'm not really needed or wanted by the people I do associate with helps me to just kind of move forward into meeting new people, and remembering the lessons I've learned in the last few months about, putting that energy out to people that really don't want it. I've done that a lot. I've done that. I planted seeds into certain minds that they became very uncomfortable with me once they realized their reality of who they've been and how they've treated other people. And I've took a couple of blows from those situations, and I've been able to reconnect with my angels and move forward in a more flowing fashion. I've had to defriend a lot of people because what I realized they were bringing into the table with our relationship was not something that was needed. People need to feel like they can be trusted in order to be of any service to anybody. People need to feel love in order to, show love or reciprocate that back. And if you're dealing with people that don't get that on a daily basis, then it's a really tough relationship to carry on and remain hopeful that they can grow together, growing up together in a spiritual sense, and being able to share the growth and share the lessons. And I think most of it's all fear-based. Fear of getting hurt, fear of knowing the truth. And it's all part of that pre-programming that we've been intaking most of our lives. And it's really, it can get kind of discouraging at points, but, the only thing you can do is have control over your reactions to situations. I wasn't too fond of the message about me taking down a video I had, but I went ahead and did it anyways because I still carry respect for somebody who didn't have respect for me. I almost regret taking it down, but the energy that I was giving versus the energy that was being received were two totally different things. And it was meant to be taken down. It's not a part of who I am anymore, because I have to move forward and know that I can't cast pearls upon swine per se. I can't help people that aren't wanting help. I can't be there for people that don't need me or want me. And there's a vast few people that I've been in their lives, and this is what I had to offer, and they didn't want to receive it, and that's okay. That's okay. Each to his own. Your path is your path. Take it, enjoy it, and I'll no longer be an interference to your path of doing things the way you seem fit. If I knew years ago what I know now, I would have definitely got into the energy work lifestyle a lot sooner, because therefore the love and the energy I do have to get, I think, would be received a lot better. And I almost feel like for a lot of us it's too late, and we now have to reap the outcome of our choices, which is constantly what I'm doing, live in my car. It's a safe spot, but it's not comfortable. It's not healthy. It's just what I make it, though, you know. I'm gonna just keep moving forward, practicing energy work on myself, and when the time's here, it'll show itself, and I can truly live out my purpose and be of assistance, and also people can assist me in my needs. You know, my needs as of lately have just been to sit still, look at my emotions, detach from what doesn't serve me, and move on, you know. Probably not be as giving as I have been, because it's really caused a lot of lessons to happen, which I'm grateful for the lessons, but some of the emotional feelings linked towards some of these lessons has been really like, it's like, what did I do to deserve that type deal? And a lot of people say it's karma, and it's just a lesson from the universe to help you become a stronger person. But it seems like it pushes you back into a spot where you don't trust anybody, and you start to question what you're doing, you know. And I don't think I need to be around people that question what I do. I don't think it's healthy. I mean, it's one thing to reevaluate your situation and kind of see where you can be of service on this world, but being able to figure out and be on point and just trust the process, you know, it's really hard to do nowadays, because trust is a big issue, you know, especially when people question you instead of going with the flow and feeling and taking the offers that are put forth to enhance one's life. You know, it doesn't help when you're being questioned, or you're being in the long, you know, really in the long run, it's my fault, because I think people would enjoy what I have to offer them, and all it does is aggravate them. So that tells me right there, I'm not dealing with the right people. I'm not putting out my energy towards the right people, and I need to change up more than likely the people I associate with, because they're really not on the same level I am. Not saying I'm higher than anybody else, but the frequencies are different. And knowing that and seeing that within, you know, the last few months, it starts to feel a little bit lonely. But I know I always have my angels there. I have my guides there. They're always with me. My mom's always here, which is a blessing, no doubt. But it's really based upon, you know, who needs it versus who wants it, because most people that need it don't want it. Those people that want it don't need it. And it's based upon intentions, I think, you know. I'm gonna stay optimistic for my future and for my present now, and just go with the flow, you know. That's all I can do. I'm not in a mindset of loneliness or fear or sadness at this point. I'm just kind of like, there's some aha moments I've had today, and just like, I need to regroup, recalibrate what I'm doing in order to get a direction from the true source, rather than what I think should be happening. I need to just let that go and move forward for myself and no one else, you know. So that's where I'm at today. Just kind of a lot of realizations, a lot of eye-openers for me, to put myself in a place of success where I need my energy and, really be utilized by spirit to be in the right places at the right time. I have to trust in that, and reaffirming my trust on a daily basis is key to reaching those goals that I do have. So I'm going to keep it at that for today, and got some things coming up. Got a cool little concert to go to tomorrow, Beats Antique. If you haven't heard them, check them out. They're really cool, really good band. I'm going to be taking a friend with me along for that show. Tuesday we got the Lords of Acid coming. I think I'm going to get tickets for that and just do that with myself and enjoy the entertainment and appreciate life for what it is and where it's at right now, even though most of the time it doesn't seem to fit. But I'm gonna trust in the process and keep moving forward into what's in front of me, and all I have in front of me right now is me. So there's my answer in a nutshell. So I hope somebody gets something out of this video. Feel free to like, subscribe, leave comments. If you leave a comment, you got a topic you want to talk about, I'll definitely bring it up and throw my perspective on it if need be, or just talk about it, Anyways, namaste to everybody. I hope you have a great day. Remember, the weirdness in me uplifts and honors the weirdness in you. Have a great day.